Welcome to Around the Rinks, your go-to hockey podcast.
We are back. Another episode of Around the Rinks. I'm Noah, joined by Brendan, Kylee, producer Liam, and Reece. And both series in the Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals are tied at 2. Honestly, 8 games down, halfway done. It's incredible hockey we're watching right now. I think we're going to start on the Western side, then go East. But how about this Oilers Stars series? Like, it's kind of what we expected, honestly, but it's amazing hockey. That's what we were wanting.
Not according to Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky says the only thing you can expect from this series is the unexpected, because it's just a tire fire, basically. It's back and forth. One team scores 2. The other team comes back and scores 18. That's how it seems.
Yeah, it's dangerous to have a 2-goal lead in this series, apparently.
No kidding.
And just back and forth, game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4. So that means Stars winning game 5?
No.
If things go the way it has been.
I mean, yeah. I think this series has to go 7, right? Like, I think both series should go to 7. And it's definitely looking that way. And how both these teams have just been battling back into the games and blowing leads. It's kind of crazy. And goaltending hasn't been excellent both sides either. So that's probably the biggest question, because I think everybody thought Ottinger was going to be him, right? So
lights out.
And then you see 5 unanswered happen last night, and there's a bit of question marks around, I mean, it was almost it for Skinner. If I think if Dallas had scored 3, they would have pulled him.
I think the reason he didn't get pulled after those first 2 is because the one went off Nurse's ass, and that's just kind of one that's like, that sucks. That's not on Skinner.
Yeah, they were both crappy goals.
Yeah, I think Skinner started terribly. I mean,
yeah.
First shot, first goal, 1 minute in a game that was so important in terms of him trying to find his feet again and really trying to just like solidify, I guess, because the question marks have been crazy around the Oilers goaltending. But the nerves he must have been feeling at 2-0 down, that fair enough to keep your head in the game, make the saves you had to make. That's why I put out a tweet saying, like, third period, Dallas had a shot within the first 30, 40 seconds of the period. Simple enough save, but it was like, okay, that just solidifies it, calms things down a little bit. Just big save in terms of momentum for him.
And honestly, this is a little relevant, but big ups to Liam for doing the live tweets last game. That was crazy. I mean, we
I was home alone and very bored.
So that was great to see. So attaboy Liam. I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but
I used to do
my
that.
feed was full of your
for
tweets.
Soccer. I used it for soccer. It was so much fun always. But yeah, it was. I enjoy it. So hopefully next game, I can do something similar to that. I think
that'd be pretty funny.
We'll see what I can do.
In the fan park or wherever.
Follow the Twitter. Follow the Instagram.
Yeah,
Links in the goddamn bio.
Great content.
Follow it.
There we go. But honestly, I think I would have started Pickard in game 4.
Really?
You would have started.
I think I would have.
You can't.
I think I would have switched him if they had scored 3 unanswered
Just
goals.
like I just kind of thought.
That's how I would have gone.
I just kind of thought of it like how the Canucks series went. I think you just that's how you restart Skinner. I feel like that's still the best way, but I think that was the right choice of playing him. So
I think it was Kylee last round who said if pulling Skinner against Vancouver happened against Dallas, that's a completely different story, and the Oilers are done. And maybe even Stuart Skinner as a starting NHL goalie for a time at least is done. If you pull him in what is the biggest game of your season so far, then I mean, what does that say about, hey, you're our number 1, but we don't trust you for the big game?
Yeah, true, I guess.
Right,
but so, not block off balls on him. So
yeah, I think that mistake needed, like, us pulling Skinner and putting Pickard in for a game needed to happen in round 2. If it happens in round 3, I'm like, I don't know. I think it needed to happen in round 2. If it happens again.
Not only with starting Pickard in the second round and giving a bit of a shake-up or a break to Stuart Skinner, but also look at McLeod. Look at him coming back, and Corey Perry after sitting for a couple games. I mean, give Knobloch his due. I mean, he's not afraid to make those changes and the shakeups and give the players maybe that little kick up the ass going, guys, you're all replaceable. Other than our big 3 or 4, I'm going to say you're all replaceable. You know, you have to step up and do your job.
Hey, McLeod did it.
Yeah, we can't have any more passengers, and I think Knobloch made that very clear. And like the defensive changeup was kind of crazy too, because I know a lot of people wanted Nurse out.
That's not gonna happen.
But like he gets paid so much, you can't sit that guy. You make him work.
And for how much
putting
hate he gets,
putting Broberg in was a good idea. I don't know why we took Vinny out.
But Vinny, our boy.
You know, I mean, it was his birthday. Maybe we'll give him a break on his birthday.
Heartbreak. Did anyone see Stuart Skinner at the end of the game? He high-fived the air. Oh my god. Oh, I'm crying already.
I know. I don't know. Like I'm, you know, personally, maybe I would have taken CCO and kept Vinny in, but I don't know if the lines work that way. And Knob knows the team better than anybody else. The coach knows first. And the game went well, and so I'm not mad at anything.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I was going to say about how I woke up and I saw those lineup adjustments, and I was like, there's no way CC is staying in.
I know. I was like, why him?
One bad game the last year, it seems like. But all the credit to not Woodcroft, obviously. I was starting to think that he was running into this whole like Woodcroft like sheen pretty much, where you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. You put Leon and Connor together, and you keep just running it back. He's like, he has got some balls. Like taking out Desharnais, like he's been probably their best penalty killer this whole playoffs, and he's like that. He's the reason that penalty kill's been buzzing. And they go out last night and get a shorthanded goal. Like it is.
Kill is insane right now.
Beyond impressed. Giving McLeod like the game to just be like, look, dude, like you're way better than this. Comes out, gets the first goal for the Oilers, like starts the comeback. Like that one, I think, is a huge goal for the Oilers, like to get that game going. Because seeing McLeod assisted by Corey Perry, like the two guys they had to get moving, awesome. Like,
and then we have the Janmark Connor Brown goal, amazing, shorthanded too, beautiful.
That made me feel things that I haven't felt in years.
But I don't think Vinny's like sad either. I think he's the type of guy that he's like happy that this game happened. I don't think he's salty about it, and I think he had a nice day off on his birthday.
I mean, we are talking about a guy who 1 calendar year ago was probably our bottom defenseman, and I mean, yes,
he wasn't doing well.
Well, I mean, yes, he's had a fantastic season, and especially the last 6 months or so. But he's still a young, up-and-coming defender, not young age-wise, but young in terms of league experience. So you have to go, you know what, he's going to learn as he goes. He's going to make mistakes, have bad games, have moments where he has to kind of sit and reevaluate and learn in a sense.
And honestly, having Broberg step in last night, I don't know about you guys, I barely noticed him, and I think that's exactly what you want. Like, there's one time where he iced the puck, and Perry was pretty open on the far side, and he didn't see him. But other than that, I literally didn't see a single mistake that guy made. Like, the escape turns going into corners, getting guys off him, like, just buying himself so much time. Like, he looks 10,000 times more confident than he did a year ago when he was in the exact same position.
Yeah, my dad was, I didn't watch the game unfortunately, but my dad was saying at the blue line he was just swiping the pucks away. Like he was barely letting people get past him, and that's what you want to see, right? Like, yeah, he didn't score or assist, but he played a great game, and that's what we need.
Definitely.
If a defender defends, I'm pretty happy usually.
Yeah, they don't need to score all the time like Bouchard. Having 1 or 2 offensive defensemen, that's all I need.
Yeah, no, like when they put Broberg in though, I read that and like, are you kidding me? Like, why? Why? Right? That makes no sense. But like you said, the best compliment you could give him is you didn't notice him, right?
Yeah.
But also, sorry.
A little fun fact on that shorty that they scored is the first special teams goal in this series.
That's insane.
Power plays are 0-4. Yeah.
Yeah.
First
I mean, and like the credit that I have to give to that penalty kill from Edmonton is 23 out of 23, haven't conceded a goal in 8 straight games. That is insane. Like for playoffs and against good teams, we're talking about good opposition they're coming up against for offensive talent. That's wild.
That is all team. Mark Stewart, Oilers assistant coach, PK specialist. That guy is a machine. And I mean, I guess both teams haven't scored a power play goal, so you got to give credit to Dallas as well. Which
because I mean Edmonton was the power play team.
Yeah, true. Edmonton is the power play
scored.
team. Yeah.
For Edmonton to be tied in this series with 0 power play goals, 4 games in, like that is pretty insane. Especially when all that anybody was saying was how Edmonton was going to get steamrolled. Yep. Like I do just want to say, like, this is probably the sickest thing in the world, watching these guys play at the highest pace against probably the best team in the NHL, right? Like, there's been stretches that they've been dominated, but there's been a lot of stretches, like pretty much the second half of the game last night, where they have dominated. Like
Dallas didn't look like Dallas.
Well, I think
Edmonton started playing Dallas's game. Like, they just started sitting back and waiting for Dallas to make mistakes, and that is not normally how they play.
I think it was last night, the power play, when McDavid had that shot and it went off on your stick from behind him.
Nuts.
That entire power play, though, for the 2 minutes that it was, I don't think Dallas touched it once. I don't like the movement. Like, that's what I always watch as someone like not as well versed in this sport as you guys are, but like just the movement, especially on the power play, just how easy they make it look to find the open man, make the pass, move into the right spot. It's so effortlessly for McDavid. I think Draisaitl just has his spot. He just sits there, and you know where he's gonna be. But it's just he stays open even while not moving, which I think takes so much just mental ability in this game. But that power play for 2 minutes, Dallas didn't even come close to the puck, which is wild.
There was like 5 really good chances, and that stick being there
that was so funny.
Sucked.
That was insane.
I think McDavid was really trying to like hit it off the stick to the point where it like bounced off and went in, and it just didn't work out because McDavid saw the stick there. Let's be real. And I think he was trying to get it in, but it just didn't work out that way. Unfortunately.
Oh, to be fair, the Stars have been very disciplined this series. Like only 6 power plays for the Oilers in 4 games is kind of crazy. So, but on the other side, 0 for 9 for the Stars, and that's including McDavid's double minor. But that's going 0 for 9 is kind of crazy, and just special teams is winning this series right now, and both of their PKs has just been outstanding.
Seriously, like I think Dallas knows for sure that you can't take penalties against these guys, like, and they've done it's playoffs. Like both teams are getting away with a bunch of stuff. Like I can't believe how much people have been like complaining about reffing. Like I don't think it's been that bad.
I agree.
It honestly hasn't been that bad, except for the Draisaitl stick to the face. That was a little crazy.
Was that last night?
Yeah.
What? I didn't even see like what ended up happening. All I see is just him hit the floor, and then they blew play down, and then all of a sudden there was nothing.
Well, he's coming around beside, I don't remember who it was, but he was going to like move his arm out, and he had his stick there, and it hit Draisaitl, boom, really hard, like either right in the ear or like on his cheekbone, and that's gotta hurt. That's why he dropped. And they showed the replay, looked at it, and they didn't call anything, which is pretty crazy to me.
It's so fast paced though. It's like
and I love the fact that they're not calling this stuff, right? Like let the boys play, let it figure itself out, right?
Certainly a high stick too.
Yeah, like
100%.
And the thing that does kind of grind my gears is the stuff they do call is
oh my god, it's the weakest things ever. Like
right, and like the slash on the hands. I mean, that's just the way the league is now. But it's just some of it like is such a head scratcher. But like we said, it's tough to complain too much. It's overall been fantastic. And
no, it is. I do think you're right. Like it's not like they're making like a ton of bad calls. It's just all of these calls are super weak compared to
it's better than round 2, though. I will say round 2 was way more painful than this round with the reffing.
And
how you guys? Oh, sorry.
No, good.
How are you guys feeling on your predictions at this point of the series?
It's 2-2. It's hard to say.
I'm already wrong. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I think I said.
Dallas,
I think I
Dallas
said
lost on home ice first game.
They did. I think I said
They've also
4-1
lost
Dallas.
Panic.
Dallas,
first games in a row.
I say Dallas always lose game ones. And
I think
they've been tough on the road this year. Or on
that game one was also a huge momentum. I mean, Edmonton's coming off a really fast-paced game, 6 and 7 against Vancouver, that they had to win. They were flying. Dallas was sitting already. They were taking a load off. They were recovering a little bit. So game one, I think, was just a full momentum. And now going back to Dallas for game 5 here, it's both teams have a weird momentum right now where Dallas fully believes that they can beat Edmonton by multiple goals. They have already. Edmonton's going, oh, we just did, so we should be able to do this again. And it's a coin flip for who takes game 5, I think.
The biggest question mark in this game 5 is Chris Tanev, who yesterday was spotted walking a full boot. So he might be out for game. There's no updates yet, and Yanni Hakanpää I don't think is going to play game 5 either. So,
what a great name.
Know,
what a great name. Like that's just, you were born to be special if you have that name.
Are they willing to run a pairing of Petrovic and Lundqvist?
That is scary.
Like, are those two guys
they're playing 4D now. Like, pretty much if Tanev is out,
Eskinen's gonna be playing 40 minutes game 5.
I would not be surprised. But
can you genuinely play 4D against Edmonton, who is that offense? Like, you can't.
Couldn't play 4D against Chicago, in my opinion. Like, that is so much skating for some of these guys. Like,
we play 4D in beer league, and I'm gassed. It's insane. Yeah, no, you can't do it against Connor. We're doing it against some plumber from across the city. Like, not happening.
But I'm saying this now, but Chris Tanev is always a guy who just can play through any injury. Like, he doesn't.
Yeah,
he'll
be there.
The only way he's not playing if that foot is broken. And
like you said, cement in the skate, keep going.
Yeah, you've all heard
he's
that
done it before,
story.
So.
I mean,
speaking of game 5, I did hear something from my dad saying that the weather in Dallas is not good right now. So my question is, are they going to be able to land? Like, I heard the hurricane, the H word, and like, I'm looking at the weather report right now. It's rain all down the board every day.
I don't
know. The question is, will there be a game 5 tomorrow? Will they have to turn the plane around?
No,
they're already there.
I'm pretty sure they're
already
there.
Yeah. They would have left.
Yeah,
because practice happened this morning, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I hope they had like a safe landing and everything, because it did not seem very hopeful.
We're all good. Come on. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, there actually has been insane storms all throughout the southern part of the US. But yeah.
I mean, it's windy as hell here right now too. So I'm just like, ugh.
Kylee, the weather lady.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know.
Wow.
That's your
rain.
And if you look
report.
over here, there's a giant form of precipitation coming in from the north side.
Drop the low pressure system into. All right, so we talked about game 4. Anything from game 3 that you wanted to touch on?
Oof, that last
bit of a collapse.
Robertson's awesome.
Oh my God.
He's really good at scoring goals, and Rupe Hintz, he made his presence known in game 3.
Those two together
come right in, and it's scary. They are scary.
Because I heard, hasn't Robertson not been doing that well, and then he just came out and pulled out a hat trick. I'm just like, whoa.
Well,
but like, the fact that we let him do that is embarrassing as hell.
Good player.
Not even that's Rupe Hintz though. That is all Hintz.
Yeah.
Like, those two.
Do we want to talk about the nurse butt shot? That was crazy. But he took it to the butt in front of the net.
You guys were saying that you wouldn't have started Skinner. I would have played Darnell Nurse game 4 after that huge save.
What a guy. Like,
no, I actually was like, why don't we take him out? But like, then I thought about, his contract.
It's not even the contract. It's just he plays 20 minutes a night. Like, you're not going to find too many Oilers that are going to do that.
You need
for how
like
much he does.
2 defensemen to replace him.
For how much hate he gets, like, you need him.
Seriously, if he was making $6 million, the entire fan base would love him.
Yeah.
He does also have like a microscope on him because of how much he gets paid. So he seems like he gets overly scrutinized. We talked about this in the beginning of the year on the pod, how Nurse gets a little overhated. But then he came out and had such a great game last night.
Unreal.
So same with McLeod, right?
I mean, all of Oilers did. Like, after giving up those two, that may have been the best 50 minutes of hockey I've seen the Oilers play all series. Or all playoffs.
Like, the 10-minute lull, as scary as it was off the bat, like, at least we got it out of the way, right? Like, it's not like...
10 minutes.
Gotta have it at some point.
Those were insane 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I was ready to flip out a movie. Like, get me out of here.
It was a complete flip between Game 3 and Game 4. So I'm praying for tomorrow.
Yeah,
those open 10 minutes, I went, this could be a 5-6 nothing game.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
The momentum seems to be spilling in from these other games, though. Like, Dallas really picked up right where they left off, going in from Game 3 to 4. Like, you gotta hope that Edmonton can at least start off strong. And then,
it's hard for Edmonton to do that.
It's almost scarier when we start off strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
also agree to that.
It's scary. I can't pick one because I'm like, yay, but I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen next period?
They need to wake up during those first periods. Maybe
we need to not get cocky like Dallas did last night.
Maybe run some lines during warm-ups. To how...
Well, I mean, it's tough, right? Like, once you go down this Dallas team, like, it really does not look like you're ever going to score again. Like, they just play such, like, defensive, like, no, all just meat and potatoes. Like, I think them going down 2-0 in this last game is quite the shot of adrenaline when they can sit there and going into the third period down by 2 or whatever. Holy shit, boys, like, we got this. We just scored 5 unanswered that last game. Like, we can take this. Like, I think that's a huge point for them, like, moving forward. Something they can go back to every single time they're, like, down or whatever.
Yeah.
So last night, Edmonton held Dallas to 6 shots in the opening period. I'm pretty sure, is it 3 out of the 4 Edmonton's held them to single digits in the opening period? I'm pretty sure that's what I remember hearing. So even though we had allowed 2 goals within the first 14 seconds, it seems, you did solidify that defense eventually, and you did shut it down. So positives there that the dam was breaking, but you were able to plug the gaps, kind of thing, which I think is way more impressive than, hey, we never let them allow them to get going. It was, we panicked, but we didn't break, kind of thing, which I think is huge for that team.
Yeah.
No, definitely. You gotta bend, but don't break. Like, these guys, I think McDavid says that a lot, actually, in his interviews and stuff. Like, I think, like, this team is so mature. Like, they have been through a lot of shit in these playoffs, especially, like, and even starting the year off the way they did, like, can talk about New York being the team of destiny and everything, but maybe there's some correlations to, like, the 80s Oilers we got cooking up here.
Is that a segue?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to... Yeah, let's get into this.
Head out
wild
east
one.
I talked about Edmonton Dallas series being a heavyweight fight. Let's go talk about a place that has seen a couple heavyweight fights. Madison Square Gardens, New York Rangers. My goodness me, that team. I love them. I love the Rangers.
How can you not love the Rangers?
I love them.
But
they're throwing elbows. They're just vibing.
But yet, Florida's outplaying them every game. Game in, game out. Florida's been outplaying them. Shesterkin is the big storyline here, and Shesterkin is saving this team. Anyway, like three of the 4 games have gone to overtime. Rangers win the 2 of them. Florida just won game 4, and it's Shesterkin's a different breed. I like this game 5. I think Florida dominates. I think this is where Florida is going to come all the way out. And goalies win series, but Bobrovsky's been amazing as well. So, and even the stat, I know Bobrovsky had like the 700 save percentage one game, but I mean, if you're just playing that well, it's those $10 saves he always does. Yes, Liam?
Yeah.
I'm letting you have your moment because your moment was great. Very quickly, puck drop of Game 5 is in about 10 minutes. Let's do a score prediction before that game gets started.
Oh, yes.
Brendan, start us off. Oh, we're going. You got to read like a book.
Yeah,
Come on.
Always.
I don't know. I'm gonna go 4-1 Panthers.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Kylie Betts.
4-1 Rangers.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to be a bit more realistic. 2-1 New York Rangers.
I don't know. We're seeing 4 goals quite a bit in this series. Like more goals than we probably thought.
And a lot of extra hockey.
Yeah, I'll go 5-2 for 5-2 for the Panthers. Sure.
All right.
I have 3-2 Panthers. Okay. Do we all pick the Panthers?
Not me.
No.
Come on, New York, let's go.
If I could have a second guess, I'd maybe say 4-3 Rangers
Panthers.
OT.
Yeah, I mean overtime's a good guess for this series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody said OT, so I'm like, hey, maybe
Three of them.
That's why
I'll have 2.
I had 3-2 just in case.
But Rangers are making a lot of lineup changes tonight, so Philip Hedl is going to be.
Is Rempe on it?
I have no idea yet, but Hedl is playing with Sabinajad and Kreider. Keandre Miller's with Schneider and Jacob Trouba and Eric Gustafsson. So
let's talk about Mr. Trouba very quickly.
Yeah.
He's had a week.
What a week.
You love him, but he's out here tossing elbows like it's free candy.
That Rodriguez elbow was.
Here's an elbow. Here's an elbow.
I don't know how the league hasn't caught on.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
For how much he does it, then you give him a $5,000 fine.
Yes, physicality and whatnot.
I love it. But I love how he plays.
There's a point where it's just like irresponsible, and we've hit that point long ago, and it's still going on. He just keeps on getting slapped on the wrist.
Yep.
What's that guy signed like a $7 million ticket, $8 million ticket, and we're gonna give him $5,000? Oh my god! What was me, right? Like,
Paul Maurice's quote after that game. He's like, oh no, he's not gonna be able to eat today or whatever tomorrow. It's like, love him so much. But yeah, I don't understand. That was such a dirty hit, such a dirty elbow. A flying elbow every single time too.
And not even like trying to.
Not even trying to
catch anything other than chin with elbow, right? Like it's not like it kind of got up. Like no, like bang. Like,
so
yeah, it was
literally good.
Like what I think is the league is looking like.
Totally.
I don't know how the league looks at it. Like maybe because it was like a really fast play, like it all happened so quickly. But like it still happened, right? Like
tough. And I mean, the last thing they want to do is suspend a guy in the playoffs, right? True. Especially somebody's captain, yeah. But I do think like, how many fines has he had in the last 4 years? Probably like 10. Like I feel like I don't even know when he would have been suspended the last time.
Yeah,
it's nice being the captain of the Rangers, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, they do it with Marchand. To my knowledge, they up it every time because he's a repeat offender. Why are they not doing that with Trouba?
Great question.
I don't want it to happen because I want Rangers to win. I don't want the captain out. But, like, you know, we got to think logically.
I don't know. I think the big one is just it's the conference final. That's probably just all it is.
I get that, but at the same time, they talk about player safety. They talk about
exactly
where your neck guard,
hits to the head, especially, right? I mean, it's we're all about hits to the head, player safety. And then it's go, no, never mind. It's the playoffs.
It's the playoffs.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop question marks, right? Like no one knows how the league, like extremely goalie interference. That's another one. No one knows how that works. So
I am vibing.
I think
with
they actually have I think they have like one of those little 8 balls in the.
Oh, there we go. Shake it. I like that. That's
the magic conch says.
Yeah.
Different price tags.
Yeah, it's all a little up in the air, I guess, in terms of if it'll be consistent. But you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is. But I don't know. I think the Panthers take this series now. The way they've been just dominating. I don't know the shots or the shot attempts. I know it's probably crazy.
What they got? Oh, and I'm gonna go say it. Did they not have 77 shots last game? Something stupid. I think it was over 100. Over 100 attempts.
It was attempts. It was definitely attempts.
I shit my pants when I looked at it, and that's the reason. That, like,
I know they broke 40. I just don't know about it's. Yeah, look at
77 is a lot of saves.
They did have 40 shots.
Okay, so then it was attempts.
But it's definitely attempts. Totally, I can totally see that. I'm not gonna look at that. Yeah, no, like the way Florida has just been playing, and it's kind of just Olszewski, that whole Rangers team right now. And they brought back Rempe, and I think they definitely played that game a lot better when they did bring him back. So there you go.
Well,
Kylee.
he brings up the energy, right?
Extremely in
And
chemistry. Extremely in chemistry. When the Panthers went in there and won that game 1, and quiet everybody, I think it was 3-0. They had to do something, and they brought him back, brought the whole life back in MSG, and they took game 2. Now they're going back.
I think it's smart to have him play at home. Like, yeah, maybe bench him sometimes, but have him play at home because he brings the energy. Like, we've seen teams not do good. Like, you look at, like, COVID times, they had nobody in the arena. Some teams suffered from that when they don't have energy and fans. And when MSG's quiet, that must suck. Then you bring out Rempe, and it's not quiet, and then they do well.
Extremely a place like that, like, MSG's, it's always, like, the hardest arena to play in, right? It's always up there in those votes every single year. And, I mean...
It's a mecca of sports.
Yeah, Vegas.
It's the arena. But
I think Edmonton's doing themselves a lot of favors in terms of their fans right now because
I'll give you
they're getting a lot of praise online for in the stadium and then outside the stadium as well.
Because they keep they don't even do t-shirt tosses anymore. They throw donaires out.
That's so awesome.
That's the big one.
If I catch one of those donaires in the moss pit, I'm telling you right now, I've peaked at life. Okay, I can die. Like I'm a happy man.
The thing is, I've heard controversy around them. I've heard they're great and they're warm, and then I've heard they suck and they're cold.
I don't care if they're good or bad. I just got a donaire.
It's an Albertan donaire. There's nothing better.
I just got a donaire thrown at me from 3 stories up out of an air cannon. I don't care the quality of it. It's a donaire.
No.
Well, I mean, speaking of food at the games, me and Liam had a hot dog, and that was the best hot dogs we've ever had in our life.
Oh my god!
It just cost you $20.
Why
It was probably the cheapest hot dog ever,
Really?
but the vibe, it was just great.
It wasn't cheap. It was like $7
Yeah, I was about to
for
say,
it.
like,
No, but I
The
mean,
hot
like, in
dog
terms
itself,
of quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a 13-cent hot
Yeah,
dog, but
probably.
we did pay $7. But let me tell you, it's a life
Actually,
changing.
the hot dogs and a bottle of water were the same price from the same place. I was like, what is going on here?
That's insane.
The amount of money I've spent on wobbly pops in the moss pit, you don't want to look at the bank account, boys. The tip option is what bothers me. I literally just watched her turn around, grab a cup, and hand it to me. I go, what am I tipping you for?
No tip.
It's a good service that you're getting.
Pre-poured beers is crazy to me. Pour me a fresh beer.
And they're so warm.
Yeah, they're not good.
It's gross. There's no foam. Where's my foam?
But then all of a sudden McDavid scores and then it's like,
Everything's okay.
Yeah, it don't matter again.
Beer tastes great.
let's get another
I
beer.
think at the first intermission, because Miss Betts was doing her cup stacking tower thing, she had over $1,000 in beer cups.
And it was like this much cups.
Yeah, it was
Nothing
like
crazy.
the length of her arm. It was almost the length of her come the end of the game. So
how did you manage that? Were you going around asking people for their empty cups?
She was.
They were just
being a
piling
weirdo?
on.
No, you did walk around and ask.
No, I
people for
did
empty
walk
cups.
around and get people would have that much beer, and I'm like, finish it. And I was just getting videos of me doing it too.
Yeah.
Oh, this poor guy. His friends looked at him, and his beer was over half full. And they looked at him, and I looked at him, and he had to
It's
chug
like,
the
"Ah,
whole
fuck."
beer. Poor guy.
He's probably just looking for some motivation anyways.
Yeah, because I don't feel
He
that at
looked
all.
so
That's exactly
scared.
what he
was
wanted.
like, please don't. And I was like, add it to the stack.
Now what?
There was a lot going on that night. I gotta be honest. There
Oh,
was
my God.
And the fact it was a loss, like we didn't even win Game 3, but it was a great time. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we were talking about the Eastern.
should we bring it back
Yeah,
here?
sorry.
How are you guys feeling
Anyways.
about your series predictions right now? Again, another 2-2 series.
I don't remember what I said, but I'm still
even
feeling
know.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Rangers, W.
There's only.
I think I
I
said
basically
Rangers and
win the next 2.
6. 6 or 7.
Yeah. Again,
5 is
another
crazy.
series
I
that
don't
you
think
know
I
it's
said
gonna go
5.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way they're not both going to 6 or 7.
But
I think they have to.
yeah, they have to go 6.
Well, like we're thinking about in the beginning, that was the vibe, right?
Yeah.
That's what I
That's
mean.
all of our predictions.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't anybody that had said like anything shorter than 6.
No, I was ballsy, but not that ballsy.
And now we have a set date for the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah. Game 7, a possible Stanley Cup final on a Monday night. They do this like weeks in advance, and they still schedule these games.
Not even a Monday.
And there's like a 3-day gap in between games and stuff. Like, why do they have it set up this way?
I got a couple ideas, and so the latest day this Cup final can end is June 24th. Was absurd.
Month away.
And it's starting on the 8th of June. And I don't like the scheduling. I feel like the Stanley Cup should be handed out like tomorrow. And
I think they're working around like concerts because it's concert season.
The main one is American television. So because football season's ending there at the beginning, and then NBA is going on. So and now baseball season's starting, but I don't know, or started.
In my opinion, I like the hockey in June. Like, I like having it's sick having the Stanley Cup given out in June. Like, you're playing hockey in June. There's only 2 teams that are going to be doing that. I guess not this year, but a lot of the time, there's only 2 teams. Like, the Cup final starts at the end of May half the time and then ends in June. So it's like, I'm a big fan of it.
Being able to wear shorts.
If the Oilers can make that next round, I will love it because I'll be outside in the middle of summer. Or I'll be vibing with that one.
So you know what?
You need some sunscreen, Liam.
You know what makes us even more funny though?
The fuck?
So the latest day is the 24th. The draft is on the 28th, just 4 days after.
Yeah.
So.
Jesus.
And then there's gonna be 2 full day breaks in between games 4, 5, 6, and 7 as well. And I think the main reason of that is if it's Oilers and Panthers.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a long gap.
I think that's the main reason they're doing that, but
is that not the furthest travel in all the NHL?
I mean, Vancouver.
I think it's Nashville Predators,
Vancouver, Florida
versus Oilers would have been.
No, because Florida's further south than Nashville. So Nashville. The furthest travel distance in all the NHL. You're saying Vancouver, Florida?
Probably Vancouver, Florida.
Okay, maybe because me and my dad were talking about how we would have rather gone because I picked Vancouver, right, to win against Nashville, and we were saying that's the better way to go because of traveling wise.
Well, yeah, but not.
And the game times would be so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the main reason
how they are like.
Days.
The 6:30 is killing me right now, honestly. No,
I absolutely
not when
love
I'm
the
trying
6,
to make
6:30.
it down. Not when I'm
but
trying
when
to
you
get
get
down
off
there
work,
after work,
you're like praying to God that you get off work in time just so you don't miss half the game and stuff. Like, I don't like that. I'd rather like.
There's a happy medium, right?
On weekdays,
yeah,
I'm happy.
7 o'clock would be mint.
Yes, 7:30. We don't need to do this 8:30 thing.
The 8:30 one's terrible.
8:30 is way
Those
too
games
late.
were nuts. Those
But yeah,
that way. I was like, I'm going to bed. Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, we've swung too far.
I got working
the other way now.
4 hours.
Yeah, too east now. Yeah.
But
no, I think it does kind of suck that everything is tailored to that Eastern Standard Time. Like, everything revolves around, like, this game will start at 5 o'clock in Edmonton because it's going to start at 7 o'clock in Toronto. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Toronto does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And then they're doing 6 o'clock starts for this game right now, which is very early if you're out west, even in like Vancouver.
Yeah, I hope we don't.
Vancouver, you're just getting off work right now, right?
Yeah.
But that's an 8 o'clock start.
I mean, we're gonna be screwed either way because we're going up against Eastern teams next. So
yeah,
it's gonna suck.
Or well, they do have all the times out as well. I think it's 6 o'clock for every single game in the Cup final.
Yeah, convenient.
So.
Oh, guess who's on the ice? Rempe.
Well, he better be. He is a player. I mean, he's getting paid to be on the ice. He better be there.
So.
Oh, I love it.
You guys see the Kreider going and grabbing Kachuk's mouth guard?
Oh, My favorite
Did you see
thing.
what Chuck said about that?
Yeah.
You said I don't remember that.
No, you didn't say that. You said that was the best play Kreider's made all series. Which is
Oh
the
no,
funniest
Kreider
thing.
said I don't remember doing that.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is the
that's an
funniest
easy
thing
out.
ever.
Mhm.
He said
I
I
don't
plead
think
the
that
fifth.
happened.
And someone got hit in the forehead by Matthew Tkachuk.
No, apparently it didn't leave the ice. So
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like
newsflash.
dust.
Most
All-
guys
All,
don't
all,
farm
all,
it.
all, the,
on eBay.
all the headlines said it left the stands, but no, Kachuk said he just
Yeah.
washed it off and then all good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, did he get a new one or did he just wipe it off and put it back in? Ew.
I bet he goes through about a mouth guard a game with how much he's chewing on that thing.
Mm.
No kidding. That poor
No,
it's a
wait,
bad
does
day
he?
to be a mouth guard.
Mhm.
Leon
When that's
Draisaitl
like-
doesn't even use his mouth guard,
No,
so
not a
I mean,
lot
he
of players
probably
do.
has one for the entire season. It's never in his mouth. though. Like, it's hanging out like, buddy. Stop.
My
don't know.
question,
They always
why
love chewing on
do like I've never really understood why NHL players do that. Why do they chew on? Is it just like a momentum,
Nervous
like
habit.
adrenaline thing?
Yeah,
So
it'd be like chewing your fingernails.
It's like a
Yeah,
physical.
shake
Yeah.
your leg.
Oh, okay.
It's just
I definitely
starts one day and never
There's
ends.
also like if they were growing up not wearing mouth guards sort of thing, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, the NHL you gotta wear a mouth guard.
Mhm.
They
It's
took
like
them
a
off,
weird
yeah.
it's a weird thing to be having in your mouth all the time. Probably I don't know.
No,
They're just going through nicotine withdrawals, waiting for the zins during intermissions. All it is.
Just put a Zyn in your mouth guard. You'd be
yeah.
good.
That'd be crazy.
That would be insane.
Are we?
There's definitely I mean Eric Carlson, he's got a lipper half the time, like
Yeah.
just chilling.
What a
I'm
beauty.
sure.
You're allowed to have tobacco in your mouth playing a game?
I think half the time it's just like these guys are adults.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's their
Oh,
choice.
Yeah.
It's not enhancing anything, so why not, right?
Yeah,
If you can do it
The
in
only
beer
thing it's
league,
gonna
why
do-
not?
I mean,
Eric Carlson's probably just ripping 100-mile-an-hour slap shots, the fattest head rush in the
you
world.
always hear stories of them like after games, you're just smoking a dart, just in the locker
Yeah.
room. I'm
Well,
sure that doesn't happen
I'm-
anymore, but
Half
Oh,
of
I
the
remember
eight
hearing
are
on
coked
TikTok.
out.
Like, there's a guy on
True.
Chicklets that was like, yeah, no, there's not many guys that do, but there's still guys that'll go out in the intermissions and smoke a dart.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that insane?
That is crazy.
I'm not surprised.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised more. I'm not sure. Probably more than half
Yeah,
the people
no,
do
I-
that, right?
I mean, I'm sure that these guys coming in now, like all
Oh,
these
yeah,
young
all
dudes,
they're
It's gonna be
probably-
vapes.
yeah,
Yeah, you know it's all vapes.
these guys don't. Well, I bet you half of these guys coming in right now,
Don't have anything
like
to do.
haven't even drank
Yeah.
alcohol. Like
Mhm.
these guys are such freaks coming in, not like rude way, but like these guys are so
They're
committed, like
pure
to
athletes,
being the
yep.
best
I mean, think
and
about it
stuff,
like a guy like McKinnon, who's so hard on
Or
that
like-
stuff too,
Yeah.
right?
Or like Bedard. Do we think
Yeah,
he vapes?
No,
yeah, but
no.
Darryl saying they never
Oh,
had.
Bedard has never eaten fast food
Yeah.
in his life, let alone vaped.
Yeah.
He's never had a burger. Like, that's why his jaw broke so early on, because he hasn't done anything with it.
Could you imagine how
Carrots.
fast
You
his
want him
career
to
would
do
go
his
off the
job.
rails if we gave him a fucking Big Mac or something?
Get fucking
Like
hooked
that
on that
dude.
shit.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
gone.
why. This is why you are not a professional athlete.
He's
sir.
gonna turn into like Phil
Yeah.
Phil Kessel.
Yeah.
Drinking the hot dog water.
Yeah.
No, Phil, put it down, Phil. No.
Honestly, to be completely fair to Phil, like I think he went on like some extreme diet in his last couple of years, and
Well,
he's
he
pretty
needed
he's
it.
pretty
He was
thin.
extremely undiet the few years before that.
Hey, he won cups though, so
He
Hey, you're
won
talking about a
cups.
3-time Stanley Cup
yeah,
champ.
like Phil the Thrill Kessel, Mr. America himself.
Sure.
Okay. For some
Mr.
news, I thought it
America.
would be perfect for me to say it, but we might have a woman for the first time on NHL coaching staff. Round of applause.
Saw that.
Let's go. I don't know names. I don't know which team.
Oh my
I
God.
forget.
You
but
can set it up.
Yeah,
with that and not-
Yeah. What a letdown.
Honestly,
Supposed to
honestly,
jump in.
I didn't see it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Seattle.
I
Sounds
did
right.
send it to my dad
Dan
so I
Baalsma.
could remember for this, and I didn't.
I
Oh.
have the information.
Send it to him. There we go. Live on
Okay,
location.
you want me to-
Reece Revel.
You want me to? I guess we can go to some of the coaching hires that's happened. because-
I just sent it live on location to Reece Revel with all the breaking news.
yeah, isn't
So it would be new Seattle
It's not
Kraken head coach Dan Blisma tells reporters in Seattle that Jessica Campbell will be considered for a job on his coaching staff. There's never been a full-time female assistant coach in the NHL before. Nevertheless, a coach.
What's her credentials like?
I have
national team.
I Google her right now?
I think she's I'm almost positive she's coaching in Europe.
Oh,
I think.
Well, because we see a lot of female coaches in like basketball and stuff. So let's bring it to the NHL. Why not? Like, let's play around with it.
I think it's definitely starting to turn into. I think the reason that it hasn't is because there's probably too many teams that are concerned about how the men, a part of their organization, would be acting. Like,
Corey Perry.
Corey Perry.
Corey Perry running around there.
Not getting a female coach in Edmonton anytime soon.
I had girlfriends, I had wives.
Corey Perry and Evander Kane on the same team. Oh my God.
So she's with Coachella right now.
Oh,
no, that's a music thing, Noah. That's wrong.
So
that's a music festival.
Yeah, true. So she was out with the I guess
their farm system.
Yeah,
right?
let's say
that's Seattle's farm team.
Yeah,
I think that'll be cool. You can't go wrong with having a woman in your ear helping you out during the game. So,
I mean,
if you know her stuff, why not?
I mean, and Jan
dude suck at it too,
because he also just got named head coach of the Kraken and was the head coach of Coachella as well. So, I mean,
I like him. I always
think this is the first. When was the last time? Like, did he go from Pittsburgh to all of a sudden not being able to get a job, like as a head coach?
In the NHL, I don't think.
My gut says
because I can't remember where he went after Pittsburgh, and that's been like
long time. Sullivan's been there for a long time. Yeah, he won the cups, no?
Yeah, he won.
09.
I think he won the first one. Yeah.
He would have won 09.
And then Sullivan came in for 15-16 or whatever it was, right?
I think so, yeah.
Sure.
Huh. But yeah, I mean, I keep it in the system, right? And he was the head coach of Coachella, and Shane Wright was down there and played really well in the AHL as well. So maybe this is true. That's something.
I think it's a huge plus when you can have faith in that AHL guy that you have down there, because that whole youth core that you're gonna have, they've already had their fingerprints all over them, molding them to be the guys they think they should be playing like. And if you can just carry that all the way up to the NHL, then I think that's pretty good. Like, look at how well McLeod and those guys came in when Woodcroft was first starting.
Exactly.
It was a huge youth movement, honestly. But
we became a really young team.
Mm-hmm.
While we're on the conversation of females in hockey, should we talk about the champions that were crowned yesterday?
Yep. PWHL Minnesota wins their first Walter Cup. And what a storyline that could have been if Boston won. So it's a best of 5 series. So first the 3 wins.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's interesting. I like it.
In game 4, Minnesota's up on the series, chance to win it all. They score in overtime. Walter Cup going to Minnesota. But wait, the nightmare scenario happens, and the play is under review. And the goal gets called back for goaltender interference, which was a pretty blatant call. But oof, that sucks, because all their gloves and helmets were off. They were celebrating in the corner, and then you got to line right back up center ice. So
and that almost puts you down for the next game,
and
right?
then a couple minutes later, Boston wins it in overtime. Bring it back to Boston for game 5. But at least they won it. At least they took the win. Like if Boston would have won game 5, that would have been so many people crazy on Twitter.
Are they doing the same thing where they review each OT goal when it's sudden death in the playoff?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, but like that one was like
they were gonna check it no matter what kind of thing.
I mean, she went right into the goalie. But this PWHL Minnesota team is pretty stacked, and they got the first overall pick too in the draft, Taylor Heisey. So it
was Minnesota that won.
Yeah.
Yes.
Minnesota won.
Oh, okay. You said Boston. I was like, whoa.
Whoops.
No. He said that Boston won. Game
they won
4,
game 4.
You know, before going back to Boston.
Maybe I'm just stupid.
Yeah.
No,
that's fine.
My bad.
Hearing's hard.
I tried to get you, Noah. I tried to get you.
Try to get me. But
that was a massive thing. I think the trophy presentation was really nice to see,
cool.
and It's great for that league and that sport
Decent
to see
trophy
how.
too.
Yeah. Well, it seems to have gone over very well. Good viewership, TV in the stadium. So yeah, it was good.
I mean, extremely because like it's the two American teams, and we haven't seen the best attendance for those games so far, and they sold out. Both Game 4 and Game 5 were absolutely insane. Extremely that Boston Game 5 game. I think tickets were like kind of crazy price too. So
yeah, I heard that they were super expensive.
So good on the league to make some money there.
Oh, seriously.
Well, I mean, that's like history right there, right?
Yeah.
Like the first PWHL Cup. So, I mean, if I was in the marketing team and picking prices, I would place them pretty high.
I know, that Taylor Heisey player, she's the all-star. Like she first overall pick. She won the Worlds a couple. Her last 2 years have been elite. She broke a whole bunch of records in the NCAA.
Just got out of college.
Yep, in Minnesota as well. So she stayed in her home state, which is so sick. And then led the team in playoff points. So what a couple years.
Good for Minnesota.
Good for Minnesota. I mean, it's the state of hockey, right? So
state of hockey.
It's the state of 10,000 lakes as well. Because you know, the more you know.
Also in other.
Okay, sorry guys, I might have to let you guys go.
Oh no.
Sorry, I might be able to hop back on.
Oh my god.
But I'll let you go quick. Sorry.
Okay, bye, Reece. We love you. Everyone, drop a like for Reece.
Bye, Reece.
F in the chat.
Cheers, guys.
Wow.
Enjoy.
See you, buddy. Oh.
Thank God he's gone.
No. But it's
that's cool with 4 people.
Yeah,
though,
I know.
I think it looks great.
All of a sudden, we're like a lot bigger now.
I usually get bigger when Reece is in the room, but you know that's another story for another day.
Whoa!
What's your next storyline?
around the Rinks After Dark's back.
Oh my god! Can you give me a moment?
We lost another one. Oh my god!
Okay,
oh my god!
I'll go to the other coaching news. Jets name Scarter Neal as their new head coach, keeping it in the system once again. Original draft pick by the Jets in 1981, 22nd overall, and has been associate with the team for the last 2 years. So keeping it in the system. Players know him. They probably love him. So good for him. Good for him. You know, former player. I think he was a big lockdown defenseman. I don't really remember too much, but
did you see anything about Keefe there in Jersey?
Yeah,
he said he got texts from multiple coaches.
Oh, for the
current and former, and said like, "Welcome to the NHL now," because you don't have to deal with the Toronto nonsense. He's like, you know, like you got the experience, that's fantastic, but like now you're actually coaching in the NHL, so good luck.
I think he's doing. I think he's gonna do great in New Jersey.
I think so too.
I feel like I like Keefe. I think just what happened in Toronto, it's Toronto. It's
and
it's tough.
Keep your mouth shut sometimes, Keefe.
Yeah,
I think
sometimes saying less is more.
True, I agree.
I think it was Kevin Bieksa last night who made fun of the Edmonton media market.
Yeah, that was funny. Did you see Kylee?
Yeah, exactly. That face of his reaction was great. But my question is the Edmonton market worse for media than, say, Toronto is? I mean,
no.
Do you think I don't know, though, because Toronto's got the Blue Jays, the Raptors, they have MLS team. Hockey, is that their number one thing right now?
I
don't think
so. Toronto's the big one. Like,
I don't know.
Edmonton has probably Edmonton's probably second for that type of market fan base, but like Toronto is all the way up there. Edmonton's like down.
It's a huge market, but the media has so many different things to report on and to look into. I mean, the Raptors, especially after the Raptors won the NBA championship there a couple seasons ago, they were the hottest thing in Toronto by far. And I know they're a hockey city. I don't know if they have the same passion that I see Edmonton does. I don't know. You see Edmonton after one of those games.
I see what you're saying too, right?
Because you're saying like Edmonton doesn't really have much else. Like
we don't really have like what are we gonna Elks? Like I don't
like you're gonna go around Edmonton and say like, what's your favorite team in Edmonton? 99% it's gonna be the Oilers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also saw
Toronto
the
might be a
same
little
guy who said
different.
that about media also put a jersey on the ground, and his counterpart was like, "No, you're not supposed to do that." So he's just not making great moves right now.
I for fans, I don't know. It's weird how to look at it because they're very similar.
The media side of things, definitely Toronto. Toronto's a huge market.
I mean,
but the fan bases. I mean, Edmonton fan base is something special. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Being downtown after one of those games, it is alive.
I think you could say that for almost every franchise, though.
Maybe.
I think it's just because we're here in Edmonton, we see it a lot more. But like,
yeah, like I mean, I don't know if you guys.
When Montreal won or went to the conference or the Stanley Cup final when they beat Vegas, streets were sending off fireworks just to go to the Stanley Cup final.
I'm sure Montreal was. Montreal's a huge hockey. Again, that's the number one thing, though. Yes, they have other teams. They have the Alouettes. They have MLS team, but their biggest team is definitely by far the Canadiens. So it's not like that. Toronto has other sources, you know.
Yeah.
Same with Vancouver. Vancouver's got other things as well.
I don't know. I think all Canadian franchises markets are kind of just more crazy like that. So, and American, they're all crazy. I think just every sporting team has that fan base. So that hard.
I mean, you could say the same about Calgary, right? Same thing as Edmonton.
Sure. Totally.
Calgary's a great fan base. Yeah, their team's just shit.
Yeah. Talk about cheering for the wrong team.
I guess we can stay in like the coaching and management. Blue Jackets hire Don Waddell as their
that was huge.
President of Hockey Operations, General Manager, and alternate governor. I don't even know what that means, but
that's just more and more money.
More money. But honestly,
that is a lot of cash.
Good for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big pickup.
Look what he's done in Carolina, and the team he's created in there. So, I mean, and coming into a system like the Blue Jackets, and with how much prospects and picks they have, that's not a bad place to be right now.
We'll have to pay them all and then just trade everybody off because the owner's an asshole. But that's a future problem.
Yeah, we'll figure that out in the future.
Where are they picking this year?
Oh,
do you remember?
No.
Sorry for throwing you on the spot. Kind of just sewered you.
No, I don't remember at all. I'm assuming it's a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
But
they stink.
Czechia won the IIHF Worlds against Switzerland on home ice. Like that was so cool. And Czechia becomes the 5th nation to win the Worlds on home ice, so breaking records. And the party in Prague.
Party in Prague. You see the trains?
It was mental.
They were bouncing on the trains. The trains were just going nuts. Yeah.
Like I honestly, you don't see that. Like when a team wins a Stanley Cup, it's not the same for what Czechia did. The whole nation.
Just welcome to Europe.
Yeah, I was gonna say Europe's another animal.
Europe is a different animal.
You ever seen the European basketball leagues? Those things are nuts.
I haven't seen that at all.
They are nuts. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're basketball. You go like the Turkish league or whatever, or like the different basketball leagues. They are wild.
Europe loves their sports. I mean,
there's nothing else to do.
They love their hockey, especially like when they have like people from like their country playing in the NHL too. Like I used to work at a restaurant and we had Pasternak come in, and the cook in the back, they're both from, I'm pretty sure they're from Czech. Yeah. So, and she, like, it's a Czech restaurant that I was working in, and he wanted a taste of home. Obviously it's right down the street from Rogers, 101st and Jasper. And she was just freaking out.
Yeah. I mean,
she recognized him before me, and she was like, tell him I love him. And all that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. She was like, I'm in love with him. So they love seeing their,
he's
their
back.
people from their country in the NHL, too.
Maybe. We'll see. There he is.
Look who's back.
Hey.
You almost look lighter. Mm-hmm. That's weird.
I feel much more aerodynamic.
Oh, my God. Oh, we got a scrum.
But did you see the videos of Yager in Prague?
Yeah. Yeah,
he's
nuts.
He is a superstar down there, and he's pretty much God to them. Like everybody, I mean everybody just going up to him, taking pictures, talking to him, just touching his back and whatnot. It's like, oh my God, I'm never gonna wash his hand again. Like stuff like that. Like,
and not to be weird or anything, that guy is a man missile.
oh yeah. Did you see the quote? I think it was yesterday or the day before. People were asking him of like if he's gonna join Pittsburgh management and stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna die on the ice. And he's like, he's not retiring.
That's insane.
So yeah, no, I would not be surprised. He's like 52, 53 now, like, and he's still playing professional hockey. Like,
he's like our generation's Gordie Howe.
Yeah,
like,
true. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw a crazy stat today actually that Gordie Howe played his entire career, and Bobby Orr was born, played his career, and was inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame before Gordie Howe finished it.
That's wild.
That's insane.
Mr. Hockey.
Mr. Hockey. I mean, that's who Wayne Gretzky looked up to, right? Like, that's his idol.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I mean, and Gretzky would always say who's the best hockey player. He will always say Gordie Howe.
Yeah,
exactly.
And now you have like our generation looks up to Gretzky.
True.
So it's just trickle effect.
McDavid now, right?
Yeah, now it's McDavid, and McDavid looks up to Gretzky. It's just a trickle effect, right?
It'll be Bedard pretty soon because
it already is. How many kids love Bedard? Yeah. I mean, I met the amount of Blackhawks fans.
He's not a
Rangers got a power play
compared to like just immediately him getting in the league. Like he's like all these little kids' favorite player. I mean, fairly because he was so dominant in the World Juniors and stuff, but. Like crazy how well they marketed.
He's also in a perfect market too. I mean, Chicago needs a superstar. So
yeah.
Also,
a new Michael Jordan.
Also in Chicago news, they did a little trade with the New York Islanders. The Blackhawks trade the 20th overall pick and 224 second round picks to move up 2 spots from the Islanders, and they get the 18th overall pick. So. And another second. So you're basically just moving up 2 spots for an extra second.
Yeah. It is a little odd. So, a second seems very expensive for that.
I mean, hey, I don't know.
What's the hit rate on second round picks?
I don't know, but...
Yeah, but I mean, Chicago's so bad, it's basically a first, right?
Yeah, I mean, Lou's getting an extra second to move down 2 spots, pretty much all that means. So, I mean, I take that. I guess
And I mean, those deals are not normally done until like the day of the draft.
So Chicago definitely sees somebody.
A couple picks away.
Like Chicago definitely has their eye on somebody that they think they can get 18th.
I wonder if they thought because they traded 22 for 20.
20 to 18.
20 to 18. I wonder if somebody at 19 was going to pick.
Oh, totally.
Somebody at 19 going to pick somebody.
Maybe I should look into that just to see who's there. Maybe it's somebody's drafting for position there. So
true.
Like Gilma.
I don't think he's gonna drop down that low.
No, he's not.
Gilma's going.
He's worked his way to the top 5.
Yeah.
Where does Calgary pick?
Yeah.
Where do they pick?
That's what I was gonna ask earlier. Where's Calgary at?
I definitely think somebody's gonna take him way earlier, and I don't think they should. I mean, he's gonna be a hell of a player, but I think he's like. I don't know if he should be top 5 for sure.
I don't know. He's looked sick, so and I've seen rankings of him in that top 5, so it's not impossible.
You can't have a Ginla on the back of a jersey that's not a Calgary fan jersey.
I honestly I hope Calgary gets him.
Me too.
It's like Doan's son now going to playing for Utah. No, I'm sorry. He should have stayed in the desert. He was the only Coyote left.
I mean, they can keep him in the AHL. I'm pretty sure they're staying in Tucson, so. Or no, they're going to.
Well, he's too good for that.
Arena. Yeah, I know he is
too good for that.
I'm trying to look for the draft.
What are the news you got, Noah Pomeroy? You said you had all this news coming into this podcast.
Yeah, I've been saying a lot.
I'm watching the game right now. Panthers just had Bobrovsky made like 5 insane saves on the Rangers power play, so that was crazy.
Not surprised.
As usual, yeah.
Fun fact, it just popped up on the screen. Florida has only allowed 2 power play goals in the last 11 games.
I mean, that Florida PK is
pretty on par with Oilers, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. They've let in 2. We've let
not
in
the
0.
exact same stat, but
be better.
You guys are gonna love this one because the Vegas Golden Knights are picking 19.
Oh, perfect.
So going over
all my
that.
homies hate the Vegas Golden
And Columbus
Knights.
is picking 4.
Yeah, that checks out.
You're asking that.
They need it.
But yeah,
so statistically, they had the best odds, or there was no movement this year.
No.
Right.
It was a boring draft lottery.
Silly.
Yeah. Other news: we got Ryan Smith on the Pat McAfee show, and he leaked out that they're down to the last 4 names, and the 2 names he said was the Mammoth and Yeti.
Oh,
boy.
I mean,
I
if
kind
they
of like
go
the
with
Yeti. They could do a partnership with Yeti.
With Yeti, the cups, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a smart play.
I think both of them are plural. Like they'd be the mammoths.
Or
the Yetis.
I don't know.
Or like
Yeti's already plural.
Yeah. Yeti.
Ends in I. I think so. Cacti, Yeti. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think they rhyme too.
Get our dictionaries.
Is there multiple Yetis, or there's just one? There's multiple Yetis.
Get our the Canadian Press Dictionary out. Check it out.
Yeah.
Where's this
Sunshine would be so proud of you right
now.
But he only revealed the 2 of the 4. That means that the Soakers could still be.
And I was about to say he actually shut down the Soakers on the Pat McAfee show as well. So
no.
That is so sad.
That's a sad day for Kylee. That was my name for them.
The Pat McAfee show had the Stanley Cup on it as well, did it not?
Yeah, I think a while back they had it.
Oh, I thought I just saw it a couple days
Maybe,
ago.
I don't know.
What the Stanley Cup
what Pat McAfee's been doing, like with his whole hockey branch now, is
he's been doing awesome.
Really growing his game. And
doing a lot more himself than ESPN.
Isn't it crazy what happens when you have some interesting people talking about the sport rather than 89-year-old Don McLean, whatever the fuck his name is.
Ron McLean, baby.
Ron McLean, there it is. I'm taking Don McLean, American Pie. No, Ron McLean is yapping. It's like, shut up, my guy. No one cares. Like, but it's like you see TNT, and you see Pat McAfee. What they're doing is like some excitement, some energy.
Right.
It's like, wow, people actually care about the sport. Young people who are under the age of 58, who are 8 beers deep, who actually want to have fun with this game. Like, let's get some life.
That's why I love Kevin Bieksa. I feel like he has saved that. I think we talked about this last time.
Did you see the big award?
Yeah,
he got
won,
Sportscaster of the Year
for Canada.
What a big deal!
What a big deal!
Yeah, he's not a big deal, eh?
I mean, well deserved. Like, he has changed that Sportsnet panel completely. So
and I want to hate him so bad just from his playing days.
Yeah,
I know.
How much he talks about the Canucks.
I hate to say I like Kevin Bieksa. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But yeah, speaking of awards, the Lady Byng Memorial Trophy, Jacob Slavin takes it home. Not really surprised there. That guy is true. He's a true gentleman, and you know, he's pretty good. I don't know who the other ones were. You were saying like Austin Matthews and Pedersen.
I said Austin Matthews and Elias Pedersen. Yeah.
Fun fact, actually, I was just scrolling through the voting, and Ryan McLeod, Connor McDavid, Zach Hyman, Evan Bouchard, and Connor Brown. Did I already say him?
No.
You said McDavid.
Connor Brown. They all received votes at least. Connor Brown, pretty sick. Good.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, McDavid should have been on the list at least. I'm not saying he should be high up there, but he's just classy.
He was like 14th or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they judge it really, but
it's probably
because I know it's mainly all the journalists that do vote for it, all the major NHL network journalists.
Whichever one is the nicest to them.
So yeah, they're just like, oh yeah, whoever's the nicest to them. Yeah, totally.
That's what I would vote.
Then this one also just came out that Arthur Kaliev is requesting a trade from LA.
That makes sense. They kind of treat him like dog water, no?
33rd overall pick in 2019. This guy's got some serious skill though. Like he has a great shot on him. So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of teams calling for him. But yeah, it just didn't work out in LA. I mean, doing the 1-3-1 that probably stunted it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Seriously. The 1-3-1 in the bottom 6. Ooh. You're not getting much points on there.
No. Probably with barely any power play time, too.
Yeah, probably not.
Who takes a chance on a guy like that?
I don't know. There's a lot of teams that can use a scoring winger, right? So
Philly, pair him up with Mitchell.
The Philly would be a great spot. I can totally see
I can't wait for that kid to get in the league.
I know.
It sounds like it's happening
next year.
Oh, a lot quicker.
It's everything.
How are they getting out of that contract?
I think it already got like terminated or something.
Yeah, like I think it was mutual termination or something. But for some reason, CSKA, whoever the team is on, they still have his rights until he's 28 or something.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how it all works, but yeah, it sounds like he's coming over this season. And
no good. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty sick.
What a steal for Philly again.
Seriously.
The fact that he slid that far because he wasn't coming over, and then Sonk. We're getting him for 19-year-old year.
I spelt his full name correctly in Google. I'm pretty proud of myself.
You should be. Yeah. Very proud of yourself.
Let's see if I can find anything here. I don't see any articles right away, but I'm pretty sure there's something about that of how they did a mutual.
No, I saw that as well.
You see, Ovi wants to finish his career over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, typical, but
after he breaks the goal record, but.
Yeah, see you later. I'm gonna go play in the K.
If that's something that he really, really wants to do is play his career out at home and stuff, he's definitely gonna want to retire before he doesn't have any left in the tank. What if he goes in the next season, has a really bad year, and then is I don't want to risk not being able to play at home.
No, the Russian machine never quits, man.
I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be like Yager and just play until he's in his 50s, right? Like
he won't be able to skate. He's just ripping one-timers, and that's all he's good for.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him
6 minutes a night, and all 6 are on the power play.
I can see him retiring and almost falling off the planet.
There's a lot of hard miles on that ball.
I
don't know. It's hard. I think you can totally just go to the KHL and just light it up, and that's not.
And I mean,
that's hard.
I do think it will be. Let's say in a few years when he does retire, do you think the NHL, let's say Russia is still in a bad position globally, they probably won't want to be marketing this guy so extremely. I don't think you'd see him at a whole lot of NHL stuff.
In NHL stuff, I think like I said, I think it would be pretty much similar to Yager and how he is now.
I read somewhere that the NHL doesn't market Yager as much as they could because of his off-ice things where he was sometimes a bit questionable in his decision-making kind of thing. So that's what I had heard, and maybe something similar along the lines for Ovechkin, if, like you said, with the Russia situation.
Yeah, I don't know. And Yager's playing in a different league now, so if Yager retires, I'm sure they're gonna get him on ESPN and whatnot all the time. I wouldn't be surprised. So we'll see if Yager retires. He's gonna be there till he's 80 probably. So Claude, no. That's about it for how much I have written down here. Not sure if you guys want to bring up anything.
Yeah,
I think Reece is frozen.
Yeah,
greatest
and we're actually gonna snag a pic of that.
What a guy!
I was looking like, my goodness, your lung capacity is wild.
Yeah, wow, Reece.
Damn,
it's just got spinning dots for me.
So there's nothing else for you to mention, Noah?
Yeah, for hockey wise, yeah, that's probably about it.
Should we do score predictions for tomorrow while we're waiting for Reece to come back?
Sure, we can run that. Why not? Brendan, you want to start her off? Stars Oilers game.
Oh,
there he goes.
Oh, he left.
What do we got? Stars Oilers game 5 in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I like Oil 3-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Throwing darts.
I'll go Oil 4-2.
I'm gonna say 4-2 as well, actually. For the not Edmonton Oilers. I'm so sorry. It's in Dallas. I'm sorry. I have to. Yeah.
We won the first game in Dallas.
That's nice. I told you
That's
it was a momentum game. It was a momentum game.
And it's also Dallas
we'll
in
talk
game
about tomorrow. 4-2 for not Edmonton Oilers.
I think it's just gonna keep going back and forth each game. So I got Stars 4-2.
Wow, same season.
Yeah.
I've got Edmonton 3-1.
There we go.
Okay.
Well, welcome back.
All right, Noah.
We're wrapping it up.
Thanks.
Wrap this up. Noah.
Okay.
One final note
here we go.
from the MLB though.
Yep.
From the MLB. See you later, Angel Hernandez. That is the best day ever. Oh my god.
You're so happy, yeah.
Yeah. The best thing ever.
I saw 5 of his best moments, whatever you want to
Best
call it.
moments? Oh, big.
And it'd be it was 3 overturned calls in
it makes
2
no
innings or something. It was so obvious, all of them too. It was bad.
Yeah, no, he stunk, and it's a fantastic day. Yeah.
Baseball fans rejoice.
Yep.
Okay, well,
anyway, wrap it up.
We're done here. We'll probably be back before the Stanley Cup final, give our thoughts on that.
Oh, yeah.
So probably next week sometime. Follow us on our social medias where Liam is just absolutely grinding on there. So Instagram, Twitter. No, what do you mean not really? You were giving live tweets in that entire night.
I was laying on my couch doing nothing else, my guy.
Hey, working hard, right?
We'll do it from the fan park tomorrow.
I'll do my best, Coach. I'll do my best.
Maybe we'll get some interviews. So follow us on Instagram, Around the Rinks.
Then you're listening on whatever, YouTube, Spotify, sometimes Apple, and
sometimes
Apple. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next week then.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening.
That has been another episode of Around the Rinks, your go-to hockey podcast. We'll see you next time.